Okay, here we've got a game with eSu.NitemarE, Undead player, versus mTw-Taker, who is an ARC player. This game was taken from last week's show game with mTw-Taker versus Nightmare, and Nightmare actually came out on top, winning 3-2 in that series, and this is one of the games from that series. So as you can see, eSu.NitemarE at 6 o'clock versus Taker at 12 o'clock. I'm just going to pause it. 19 seconds has elapsed. 19 seconds, so if you want to sync up, we can get going. 19 seconds, unpausing now. So I thought I'd do this game because, well, you're probably fed up seeing Night Elf games, so here's an Undead versus ARC. It's a pretty reasonably long game and fairly interesting. So a lot of you Undead players might want to try and learn how to deal with the ARC player. So Crypt, late altar, well later than I do it is Undead. The reason I don't like getting an altar late is because I like creeping as fast as humanly possible. So I've got a build order that gets me out creeping as quickly as possible, and especially on this map. I know Nightmare picked this map. Nightmare seems to love this map for whatever reason. He obviously likes using the old ones of negation to abuse the spirit pigs and also getting those thunder lizards killed as quickly as possible by their own splash damage. So there are quite a few tricks in this map, but come on, Taker knows all the tricks as well, so it's not as if he's getting any advantage from the tricks. I don't think it's particularly a great Undead map or anything like that. He chose this map versus me as well. I was quite pleased he chose it. I think it's a very, very good Night Elf map. So, Nightmare loves this map for whatever reason, and he is going in Death Knight first. Death Knight first for Nightmare. Blade Master first for Taker. So I met both of these guys at CPL, not CPL, sorry, Click Arena in France, both nice guys. And Nightmare always does this, he gets a 6th Acolyte for scouting and also for starting a quick expansion at tier 2. He nearly always does this quick expansion at tier 2, or maybe even sometimes does it tier 1 for all I know, but personally I think it's very, very, very risky. If your opponent is hell bent on stopping that quick expansion, he will always stop it, no problem whatsoever. Acolyte scouting here. And Taker, not even bothering to try and take out Thunder Lizard, he just went straight in for the wand of negation to try and abuse his spirit pigs. We're going to see that here. Why is he running away for? What's that? You're just getting hits on him for no reason. What the hell? Taker, come on man. Just target the medicine man. What is that all about? Whoa, that was shit. Taker, come on. You want some lessons? So basically the Blade Master should have just hit the Medicine Man instantly. The Medicine Man would have casted 2 Spirit Pigs and a Wand of Negation would have taken out 4 Spirit Pigs instead of the 2 that he got. Let's see if he does it better here. Blade Master. What is he doing? So it's kinda as if Taker's never done this before because he seems to be slightly confused as to how to do it properly. Anyway, back to Nightmare, who has also bought a Wand of Negation. We're going to see it done properly here from Nightmare. Attacks the Medicine Man, casts a Wand of Negation, and then goes in. So he can go in because he's got ghouls in his army, but let's say it was a Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter would do that alone, and then would just retreat. So he's doing his quick expansion here. He's also doing the correct thing. Nightmare obviously knows this map reasonably well because he has expanded a natural a main, a starting spot where you can start at the beginning of the game. And the reason for building it here is because that mine has got 15,000 gold, and if you look at the expansions that are to the left and right of the mains, you'll see they have got exactly half that amount in them, 7,500. So very, very wise decision there from Nightmare to take the main expansion. So it's going to scout illusion. Well, now Taker is fully aware of the fact that Nightmare is expanding. Now as you can see, Nightmare, Taker, screwing that up pretty badly at 12 o'clock. Sorry that you missed that, but his hero died. Well, this is a disaster, you know. It's as if he's kind of experimenting in this game rather than doing strats he's familiar with, because obviously it's not exactly going like clockwork. So Death Knight Nightmare sees this and quickly looks into that expansion to see if it started, and then realises those creeps are all nearly dead, so he's going to take advantage of the fact that Taker's towers have already hurt them very badly, and he gets basically a lot of free experience. So nearly level 3 Death Knight there, and the Blade Master, which I think was level 2, unfortunately took a long time to construct. So the Blade Master having to retreat here. So those 4 towers kind of a waste of money, you know. Maybe get 1 or 2, but 4 just to take out 2 sets of creeps. Don't know about that. So already taking Fortress here from Taker, and he's also getting a Farseer in his army. Very, very standard stuff. Nightmare creeping again here. He's creeping the Medicine Man. And Taker started his own expansion. Now it's very safe for Taker to start that expansion because Nightmare has invested in his own. And that's a kind of perfect time to expand if you can't stop your opponent expanding. He won't be able to stop yours really. So Necropolis here, which will allow Nightmare to portal home to save his expansion. He's also upgrading that to Halls of the Dead. That Halls of the Dead, very, very powerful once it's upgraded. Far better than a couple of Spirit Towers. So he's not even bothering to upgrade his Spirit Towers. Not all concerned, because he realises that he will be able to take out what Taker has, which is only 2 heroes. So he's grabbing another one of negation. That's just to take care of the Spirit Wolves. Free experience for Nightmare. So here we go. Are we going to see the Wand of Negation? No, slightly slow there. I would have casted it straight away. Well, I would have attempted to anyway.
A player's forces are under attack.
So still a Halls of the Dead for Nightmare. As you can see, very, very slow for going for Frenzy, which is the staple of the undead army. You basically can't fight unless you've got Frenzy. So he's just getting acolytes to that expansion. And Taker abusing his own tower in his base to creep the creeps. Just getting them very, very damaged. They will retreat back to their starting spot, and then he can just run in and wipe the floor with them. So Alec here is Nightmare's second hero. Nova, if you can get that to a higher level, will be very, very useful as a hero killer. Also very good versus mass spellcasters, which is kind of a normal strategy for an Orc player. But in this case, as you can see, the Orc player is building 2 beastries, so he's going to be going for wyverns. Yeah, I don't know how wise that is. Personally, when I'm an undead player, and if I see my opponent getting wyverns, I kind of smell very broadly.